Good morning, everyone. Oh, not morning where you're at? That's okay, because you can have eggs for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Welcome to episode 29 of Three Eggs Are Better Than One. I am Brad Stanton, along with fellow eggs Matt M. and Brian Remza. We want to thank everyone for the positive feedback from last week. Uh, you know, sequels, some of them are good, some of them aren't, but we're going to keep making them, aren't we? But you know what always we're going to keep making is more good news. So, Matt, what's your sunny side up this week?
So I had trouble with this as usual. So I mentioned my trusty list of notes, and I thought I would just talk about something related to the sun real quick since it's sunny side up. I am a sun sneezer. And before I go any further, you guys know what that is?
Nope.
No. The sun makes me sneeze.
Then you should be sneezing all the time.
If I go outside and it is a bright sunny day, I will sneeze twice. I will not sneeze 0 times or 1 time or 3 times. I will sneeze 2 times. I don't know if there's a medical explanation to this. My sister does it as well, and my son does it as well. And my mom thinks I'm crazy. My wife does not do it. Have you guys heard of this? Is this a
No,
thing?
no, it's not a thing because sun is not an allergy.
This is what's called being a hypochondriac. That's what this is.
And it's
No, it's not like,
sunny most days.
Yeah.
no, not this. I'm talking
You're
about
talking
like,
like abundant sunshine.
yeah, like, no clouds, super bright, and getting you just right. It happens. I mean, I've never even bothered to look it up because I don't even want to know or care what the world has to say about it. But it's real.
It's
I'm a
real to
son.
you.
I'm a
It's
son.
really you. Yeah.
It's real to me. It's real to me, damn it.
There it is.
You were set up perfectly for that. But the odd thing is your son does it. Is he just copying you because he looks up to his father?
I suppose one could make that argument,
And
but
is
I
your
don't think
sister
that's
younger than you?
I think it's a genetic thing. My sister is younger than me.
Ah, see, it's all looking up to her. Their big brother and their father.
Right.
And
But see, no, I don't like
psychotic
that.
situation.
No, because if my sister was older, then you could have just said, "Oh, well, you're just copying your sister."
Why do we have to use the voice? Like, I don't understand. I don't talk like that.
Right. No, it should be like, "Oh, well, then you're just copying your sister."
All
This is
right.
the Wicked Witch of the West. What is
I'm
that?
trying to do old Brad. Let's move on.
Sunny side up it is.
Sunny side up.
So my sunny side up is guess what? This is gonna we're way out of order here because I was back at the deli today. Wait a minute. This isn't
Whoa.
hard boiled. This is sunny side up. I got in line. Oh, wait. No, I didn't because there was no line. There was nobody waiting. I went up. I gave my order. He did it. He gave me everything perfectly, except he did ask me if the cheese was thin enough. But I got my order and I walked away. And the entire store experience today, there was no issues. I didn't wait long in line. There was no weirdness from the cashier. Nothing happened over at the dairy section, and the deli was clear without issue. Sunny side up it is.
Great. Sunny side up. So does that mean we do not have to hear about it? And
You will
hard
not
boiled?
be hearing about the deli in hard boiled.
Oh my God. How are we going to get through a show
How
without
are
it?
we going to do?
Well, I still brought up the deli.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's
Well, that I had to.
connective tissue.
So Brian, what do you got?
So my sunny side up goes to getting some getting things that you don't really need again.
Hmm.
I've got some fantastic family members who know I have fandom, obviously for particular, pro wrestling, but for a particular wrestler, Mr. Bret Hart, and they got me these old school wrestling spotlight magazines, to kind of keep up with my fandom of Bret Hart. And these spotlight magazines, they don't even make them anymore. This was from '92 and '94, so I don't really collect all the magazines. I'm trying to, but I don't know about those. But it was just nice to have some stuff given to me that helps keep my love of wrestling going, and especially Bret stuff. I always love getting Bret Hart stuff. Let's be realistic here. Nothing wrong with
Speaking of
that.
Bret
So
Hart, let's get
yeah,
right into it. Okay.
okay,
So I just finished the documentary. I texted you guys in the chat. They
yeah,
did a WrestleMania 9 documentary on Peacock.
mm-hmm.
Bret Hart is a major focus of this show
Yeah,
because he was the champion going into the event.
yeah.
But once again, Bret is very, very unhappy and happy throughout this entire doc series. Bryant, as a Bret Hart fan, and he's your idol.
Yes,
Do you think he has the right to be upset for what happened at WrestleMania 9?
yes. How could you not be? I mean, you go into the show and it's your moment in the main event. Yes, the loss to Yoko wasn't probably what he had in mind either, but he probably could have handled losing to Yoko, but the title going to Hulk Hogan, that's the part where everything just goes haywire. Especially if you're told, hey, don't worry about Hulk. And then Hulk is like, no, I'm going to be champion. And he just worms his way into it. Because, I think one of the shows we all listened to, the comment was, hey, how did WrestleMania 9 end between Bret Hart and Yokozuna? Oh, Hulk Hogan's the champion. Totally out of left field. It's like, what? So I understand it, especially where you're trying to move on in a new direction and you feel like you're going backwards to go back to Hulk Hogan.
I think my favorite thing about the documentary was Hulk Hogan had a very, very black eye that we're not sure how he got. We found several different stories and how that happened. And he actually shouldn't have been cleared to wrestle at all.
Yes.
But he worked, which is a commonly used term in wrestling. The doctor saying that it was all a work. So he was not able to wrestle once, but twice.
Twice.
Very, very political,
All right.
but enjoyable to say the least.
Okay, I would like to say something here.
That's the Bret Hart hater. Go ahead.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I'm not a Bret Hart hater. He is a whiny baby bitch, though.
Oof.
Ooh.
Matt M's comments do not reflect the comments of all three M's.
All three of us, yeah.
Why should he have any say into the outcome of this scripted entertainment? He should not. I don't understand why all the discourse about Hogan coming in at the end is the way it is. I think that was a fantastic ending to a WrestleMania.
Sure, you were a kid.
It was out of left field. It was a swerve. It was really cool what happened. The fans still got a happy ending. Nobody could have predicted it. Nobody could have seen it coming. It was awesome.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that because if you look at the fan reaction, it is excellent.
Yes.
But I was 17.
Yeah.
So for me, and I'm a Hogan guy, because that's the reason I'm a fan. I'm like, oh, no way. No way. But again, for the masses out there, for the regular people of the world, well done.
And I go to that too of like, you're preaching this, it's the new generation. It's this new stars, new crop of talent. And you feel like you're just going, like I said, going backwards, going back to Hulk Hogan. So that's kind of my take on it.
I mean,
He'd only been in 5 WrestleManias. There was 9 of them at that point. He'd only been in 5. I thought that was odd. I thought he was in all of them.
No, he was definitely.
He said it's my 5th one. That's what he says. My 5th one.
No, it's his 5th title, 5th championship.
I wasn't listening properly.
Yeah, it's his 5th championship.
So, 2 more comments. Bret said something like, "It was the worst he'd ever been screwed over," and I'm like,
"Yeah, right." Not true.
I think I can think of a worse one.
Up to that point.
Yeah, but they cut that out. They cut out that part of the sentence. My favorite part of that documentary has nothing to do with the finish. And I apologize. I don't remember who said it, but somebody said they loved the uniqueness of that event because you could show any wrestling fan 1 frame of video from that event and everybody knows it's WrestleMania 9. And I said, that is 100% true and awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it called Becoming a Spectacle? Is that what it's called?
Becoming a Spectacle.
All right. So if anybody wants to watch it, WrestleMania 9 Becoming a Spectacle on Peacock, it's excellent. It's fun. It's a lot of fun is what it is.
It is. Yes. One more comment. The 1994 magazine you held up, I absolutely had that when I was a kid.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, I recognize it. And the 94 one makes sense with the timeline.
Yeah, and I graduated in 94.
Oh, my.
Awesome. Hard boiled time, if you didn't tell already. So I sent you 2 pictures this week, Brian, but you didn't comment. Did you get them?
Yes, I did. I did know how to comment, so because I
Okay.
was confused.
Well, you can put either one of them up. That's fine.
Okay, because yeah. So we'll go with this one first.
Okay. So this right here, if you're not watching the video, is grass, okay? And it's up to a driveway, and the grass is very high, but it's a very small block of very high grass. My point is this: I do have someone that cuts my grass for me, and apparently, my landscaper, if you want to call him that, thinks that this is where my property line ends, okay? And he refuses to cut this extra foot of grass. Now, it is literally a square foot. It is. All right, not exact. I shouldn't say
More
literal,
than
but
a
it's
square foot.
pretty
Yeah.
close. But how long would you say this takes to cut?
It's 2 swipes.
Two
Yeah,
swipes.
at
Okay,
least.
let's go with 2 swipes. Who the hell cares where my property line is? And I don't even know how you even know where my property line ends. Just finish it. This looks stupid and looks ridiculous.
It looks
Just
ridiculous.
finish the job.
This
My
what-
neighbor is not going to be mad if you cut this grass. Oh, no, no, no. I am paid $40 and $40 only, and I am not going to go over the property line. This makes my grass look worse because you refuse to cut this extra foot of grass. Just do it.
That's ridiculous, and they should absolutely be cut by the landscaper.
Absolutely.
I've actually talked to my neighbors about this. I said this is not my idea. Because I don't want them to think like, no, stop right there. I want to know right now. Never mind.
Whose property line ends where the pavement ends?
The funny thing is he is correct. But
What?
yeah, he's correct.
Wait. So where the grass starts getting long here, that is the property line?
Yeah. I don't know but how does he know? No one's given him a schematic. No one has told him anything.
So then whoever's cutting the adjacent lawn is the one making the mistake.
Hey, listen, you know what? There's plenty of blame to go around, okay? Plenty of blame. But
Yes.
what I'm getting at is here, they can work together as a team, okay?
True.
There's
Very
also
true.
these weeds. Have you seen those weeds right there?
Yes.
Like right above? I pulled them out today because I'm like, it doesn't matter to me. I just want them gone, okay? And it's close enough to my house that it matters.
True.
All right, second slide, please. All right, how does this happen? This is a bird bath, okay? How does this happen? Do you see?
It's called
This
a
is
bird
not
rumble.
landing on concrete. This is dirt. It landed on dirt, and this is what happened. Did this actually just fall over in the rainstorm and it broke into 3 pieces, or did someone that doesn't like me to like my dogs to poop in their yard come over and do this? Because I don't understand how it's not hard enough. It's not hard enough to break anything. I mean, it would be like a perfect storm for this to break this way.
So 3 eggs are better than 1 investigate says that this clearly is like, you can tell it's broken by somebody. Let's be realistic here. You don't break into 3 pieces. If it splits into 2, I could say the wind, I could say the rain. But to have it break into 3 pieces, clearly somebody's out to get you, Brad.
Yeah, someone is out to get me. It's the same as a dog poop person.
Are there any neighborhood kids that might have been throwing a wiffle ball around?
Wiffle ball? How about baseball? Give me that. Wiffle ball.
Kickball?
Kickball? What?
This was a very solid piece for my garden, okay? And I am very disappointed. So I took like 7 pictures of this, and I threw it out today.
How close to your house is this?
Very, very close. See that right there? See that stick thing? All right.
Yeah.
And behind it that's my house.
You need new mulch.
I haven't mulched. I didn't mulch this year.
I know.
I went anti-mulch this year. I don't know. I'm not sure why. I think it was
I
more
got a guy.
pure laziness, actually. All right. So one more hard boil before I go. I remember telling you guys about the Facebook marketplace conversation from last week where we got the table returned. Well, lo and behold, sold again. $50 less, but sold again. And this time she knows the person. But she says, guess what? Hon, it's okay. I know him. So it's going to be on a Friday. I know you work open to close on Friday. So we'll go ahead. It'll be done without you. I'm like, oh, freaking perfect. Because this, like I told you, this table is heavy. So then freaking Saturday night comes. She says, oh, by the way, they're picking up the table tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I'm like, what are you talking about? This was out of my life. I thought this table was already gone. You're telling me I'm going to have to lift this table again? Yes, and the 8 chairs, and I had to do it one more time. That is the 4th time I have lifted this table. By the way, the guy tried to lift it by himself, and he goes, this probably wasn't a good idea. I'm not lying. Okay, it's heavy. We don't have to show off here. We're all old, okay? We don't have to show off. I'm here to help you. I don't want to help you, but I'm here to help you, apparently because it's Sunday. And I had brunch again, and I had a couple drinks in me, and it was even heavier. And then we talked to him for 20 minutes. Listen, I don't got time to talk to anybody for 20 minutes. I barely have time to talk to you guys for 20 minutes. We have to schedule this. And it's getting harder and harder to even do that.
I have a very important question for you, Brad. Did you learn the lesson and say no takesy backsies this time?
Yes.
There will be no takesy backsies this time.
Good.
I didn't say that word, though.
And
I
you
didn't know
better.
this guy. I didn't know this guy. And the word takesy backsy just doesn't come off good.
But he would have known what you meant.
Oh, he definitely would have known what I meant. We started talking about the hedges, the honeysuckles, and I'm like, oh my God, what the hell am I doing here?
Now,
I don't want to talk about any of this. I just want to go back in the house and sit down on my couch. Hard boiled.
Maybe he knocked over the bird bath.
I wouldn't be surprised. All right. So that brings us to breakfast for dinner, which Brian doesn't know what that is because his Excel sheet doesn't provide that information.
Yeah, it's a
So
guess every time.
It's basically what we're eating. So, Brian, you're first, so I hope you figured it out.
I did. Thankfully, I did finally figure it out. So what I'm eating is, I don't know how to put this properly, pure diabetes. I'd like to give a shout out to Eileen's Cookies, local bakery, and they only bake cookies. Lots and lots of cookies. We recently had a executive tour come through my area, so we decided to call up Eileen's to make cookies for everyone. And when I asked for cookies, they took it as monsters. So the cookie was probably about 6 inches wide, 6 inches total, and then they had the frosting on it to add that much more on top of the cookie. And I like to call it pure diabetes because between the frosting and the cookie alone, I probably have it by now. But oh man, it's so good. Like I cannot put into words how good these cookies are.
They sound good.
You can buy the big cookies. You can buy a dozen cookies, and it's only $7 for a dozen cookies. It's the best cookies I've ever had in my life, and I tell my mother this, and she's not happy, but I could eat them all the time. Delicious cookies. It is a chain, so there are some. We have several around the state, so I don't know if they're out your direction. Eileen's Colossal Cookies. So if you have one or near one, or you're in the state of Nebraska, I know my eggs won't be, but if you're around, Eileen's Colossal Cookies, they're fantastic. Love them. Good. Again, I'm willing to risk diabetes to keep eating those cookies. They're so good.
National Park, New Jersey.
That's a town?
Yeah, it's got to be closer to you than me.
I swear, not a week goes by in my life where I don't hear about another municipality in New Jersey that I've never heard of before.
Well, how far is 45 minutes from me? It's probably 45 minutes from you then. We should meet there tomorrow.
Meet in the middle and buy some cookies.
Hey, I'm putting it on the to-do list.
Yeah, meet in the middle, buy some cookies. They're delicious. Recommended for all.
Probably just share one cookie if they're that big.
Well, again, you could also.
What was the frosting? What was it? What you didn't?
It was the logo for work. So it was the Pepsi logo.
So brown and blue, or
no, red on the top, white in the middle, blue, and then like the color in the logo.
I'm just picturing cola. Yeah.
You thought the Pepsi logo was brown.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the color of Pepsi.
The soda, yeah. But
you're right.
Again, you don't have to get the giant 6-inch cookie. You could get
I want the giant one. I want the big one.
You can too.
Do you think they'll Uber Eats this thing to my house tonight?
They might. Because and by the way, you can get that giant cookie in any one you want. There's white chocolate macadamia nut. There's M&M. There's peanut butter. They have the variety is amazing. My Sue loves getting the lemon cookies. Oh, fantastic. Couldn't recommend them enough.
At 8 o'clock.
Of course.
What kind of BS is that?
There you go. For tomorrow, Uber Eats some to you, and you'll be good.
45 minutes.
Macadamia nut. Oof. Love.
Tons of options. Always recommend them when I can.
So my breakfast for dinner is also an egg white. I
Mhm.
went out of my way on Saturday to get Qdoba. Qdoba,
Mm.
the tasteless Chipotle, as you said,
As
Madam.
you said,
That's
Matt. Yep.
exactly what it is.
Guess what? No, no, it was very delicious. I went with just seasoned beef, regular beef. I was thinking about the steak. I said, no, 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 I'm going to get the beef. I thought it was delicious. And I'm going to tell you what else is delicious. They have this special queso, like this spicy queso. Fantastic. Got that with the nachos. My wife got a bowl. I was very pleased. The only problem is it's 20 minutes either way. There's one in 20 minutes for me one way, 120 for minutes from the other way. Guess what? The Chipotle is 4 minutes for me. And I think I passed 6 Mexican restaurants on my way back from Qdoba. However, I went out of my way to get it because I wanted to try it and I liked it better than Chipotle.
Mm. Good.
It was definitely not tasteless. It was definitely not tasteless. I don't know what you're maybe are they a franchise? Can they be different at each one?
Could be. And
I could see that. Yeah.
it's also been a long time since I've even bothered to go to one.
I
Actually,
actually find Chipotle a little tasteless,
well, fuck you.
but their chips are good.
Their guac is amazing.
Whatever. Freaking or whatever with guac.
One
Whatever.
day,
Very overrated.
someday I'll have Chipotle and I can enjoy this argument.
You wish you could have guac that good.
There's way guac is overrated overall as a dipping
I think it's
whatever
underrated.
sauce. Huh?
I think it's underrated. I think
No,
it
it needs to be with other things. You can't have it alone. My wife gets it constantly. She gets it constantly. What is it? The toast with the guacamole on it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Every single brunch we go to, she has to get that.
I hope she had it
On toast?
Yeah,
Yeah,
avocado toast.
avocado toast. That's what it's called. Avocado
Yeah.
toast.
Okay.
Which is guacamole, okay,
Yeah,
right?
well, it's not fully guacked out, but yes,
It's guacish. Very guacish.
it's
All right,
adjacent.
Matt. Go ahead.
So I have been trying to eat better, and I try to find some supplemental snacky things that maybe are in my mind better for you than traditional snacks like junk food. So I'll have some protein bars if I'm craving something, and I've discovered this bar called an Aloha bar, which I find to be extremely delicious protein bars. There's tons of protein bars out there, millions of them. There's tons of granola bars out there, millions of them. Some are good, some are not so good. But a lot of them taste like you're eating something nutritious, which means maybe not so delicious. These Aloha bars, I mean, they're probably way worse for you than they're letting on because they're so delicious. Chocolate chip cookie dough, peanut butter chocolate chip, coconut chocolate almond,
Ooh.
peanut butter cup, lemon cashew, chocolate fudge brownie, chocolate caramel pecan, chocolate mint, blueberry, maple sea salt. These, oh man, there's a couple that are like limited edition and I can't even get.
How many of them have you had?
Uh, I think all but one that I just listed, and they are spectacular. I mean,
I think
they're
I've
like
seen.
it's like you're eating a candy bar.
Yeah, I think I've seen them. They're in my health food section
Yeah, I
next
mean,
to the Luna health bars.
yes, they are. They're going to be adjacent. I'm seeing how many times I can say that word today.
It's two.
The Luna bars. It's
Yeah.
two. I only said adjacent twice.
I eat the special K bars, like the strawberry and blueberry ones, and I agree. I don't know how good they are for you, but they're better than having a candy bar, right?
Yeah, it's got to be.
So it's more of like a sweet alternative, not maybe great for you, like
Yeah.
you're talking about your Aloha bar, but probably better for you than eating M&Ms all night.
Exactly right.
All right. Well, good. Love it. Guys, see, we came through. Bryant, you figured it out.
I did, thankfully, yes.
And now we're gonna have to figure it out again with brown eggs, and hopefully you do a better job than Matt did last week. Oh, wait, he skipped that.
Yeah. So for me, for brown eggs this week, I'm going to go a little different. Obviously, my fellow eggs probably think I'm going to go wrestling. I am not. Because we are actually going to talk about a television show that ended its run, not on this day, but this time frame. And it is a show that for me had an impact on me in my childhood, but also as an adult, I still enjoy watching the show. And I think it doesn't get the publicity, I would say, that it had once. And I am talking of The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, a show that I enjoyed during my youth. Obviously, the show was still in syndication at the time, had a run from 1990 to May 20th of 1996 was the final episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. So just recently, as this airs last week, was the series finale, which I think that show doesn't get the credit it deserves as kind of that. It was the star making role for Will Smith. I mean, let's call it what it was. He had the rap career, but this was his transition to television and movies that was what helped him springboard into superstardom. Really, and then the evolution of the show that you see from season one all the way to the end, where something I didn't know until I was doing a little bit for this topic here was only two people were in every episode of the show from the pilot to the finale. One of them, obviously, we can all guess, is Will Smith. Do you know who the other person was as a guess? Either one of you.
If I had to guess, go ahead.
I would guess Carlton.
I would have guessed Carlton as well.
It is not. It is Phil, the father.
I wouldn't have guessed that. I figured he'd be away a work thing.
No,
It's definitely not the mom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
definitely not.
Yes, definitely not the mom. No,
Could have been
but
Jeffrey though.
could have been. Now, see, I thought Jeffrey was going to be the answer when I was originally looking into this, but yeah, it is. It is James Avery who plays Uncle Phil.
Where
But
the
yeah,
hell was Carlton, huh?
yeah, he missed some episodes, I guess. So
Probably getting ready for his other career, like some kind of videos, funniest film videos show or something.
That's true. But yeah, so those are the only two people who were in every episode, 148 episodes, which you know, to me, that's kind of something crazy nowadays when you think of TV shows. Most seasons are 10, 12 episodes, maybe. All 6 seasons, at least 24 episodes, which is something you don't really see anymore.
Yeah, it was
Mhm. Yeah. So, when you think back, to me, a lot of great episodes, from the early days of Will getting in, to school. You see him in the school life as he grows up. It's one of those tales too of like, for me, obviously as mentioned, I live in Nebraska. So the learning a little bit more of like that Black culture a little bit was something that made the show fun for me. Because again, here, there's not a lot of, you don't see that a lot here. We're a lot of cornfields and cows. So getting that different perspective on everything, a lot of episodes still stick out. You see the clips online. So to me, I want to talk about a lesser known show that I feel should get a little more publicity than it does these days. You guys, fans, episodes stick out to you guys about Fresh Prince?
The one that sticks out to me for some reason, and I don't know why, is when they went away. I don't know, like Phil and his wife went away for a weekend or something like that, and they rented out the house to Belle Biv DeVoe to do a video there. And Belle Biv DeVoe's singing the song, and then Will Smith and Jazz kept trying to get into the video the whole time, and they kept them to stop it. I don't know why that's sticking out to me right now, but I love that. That was very funny.
I mean, excellent show. Not the sort of show where I saw every single episode, though. But, I mean, what a performance by Will Smith. Very, like, meme and GIF-worthy performance for being in the 90s. Like,
yeah.
If you could take that and have that happen now, it would be very internet-worthy stuff. I remember there was a Halloween episode where... like not everything that happened really happened. There was some imagined things, or they would repeat. It was like a Groundhog Day where like they would repeat some scenes and things. I remember that episode. Wasn't there? Didn't he have like a crazy ex-girlfriend who like tied him up once?
Yes.
I remember that happening too.
Yep.
Just super funny. I mean, underrated for how funny it was.
Oh yeah.
And one more thing I want to add is when him and Tyra Banks at the store. It's a famous scene where they get into the argument and they are both saying the exact same thing at the same time. And that's pure talent right there with the both of them. They're
Oh
saying
yeah.
the exact same thing, and they're yelling at each other, and it is spot on. And I'm sure they had to practice it, but it was really good
Oh, absolutely. And like Matt said, there's a lot of meme and gifts that come from this. You think of Uncle Phil throwing Jazz out of the house,
every day.
that every day. And it's the same thing every week. And it's hilarious from the first time to the last time you see it. And it's just stuff like that that makes the show still relevant. I still like to watch the reruns when they come on TV if I can. So just one of those things that I think needs a little more appreciation as time goes on here. So
Yeah.
And before we get tore up online, yes, Bober, we know they have a remake of it now called Bel Air.
Mm.
yes. Sure. Yes.
You know, and I've watched it, but thank you, Bober.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, Matt. Sounds like it's dislike time.
Omelet. So many episodes ago, I did Matt M's dislikes. I thought it was only right to do Matt M's likes. That list didn't grow too fast, so we're doing more dislikes. A lot of these are words or expressions that I don't care for. Some of them are just things in life, such as why does almost every business establishment misuse their double doors? They only unlock one of them. That makes absolutely no sense. And I've probably nearly broken through a glass door 25 times in my life because it's not supposed to be locked. There's two doors so that there can be an ingress egress on everyone's right without affecting the other person going in the opposite direction. Why does nobody know this?
There's got to be a reason, right?
Yes, because people are very stupid.
But what is the reason?
Because people are very stupid.
But everybody's stupid but us?
No, the people who do it correctly are not stupid, but most of everybody else is stupid.
I've never owned a store, so
Yeah.
but I don't understand it either. But it
Yeah.
is everywhere. Please use other door. There's a big
Yeah.
sign.
I just don't get it.
I don't get
Why
it.
would you have two doors? You know where it gets me the most is Chipotle.
Yeah, you know what I figured. I'm not gonna lie, it happened at Cadoba too.
Yeah. All right. What about this expression that everyone uses all the time? Once or twice. Once or twice. Those are not similar. You can't remember if this happened once or twice. Okay. I can understand if you don't remember it happened 34 or 35 times. But you can't distinguish between 1 and 2? I don't understand.
I have used that phrase before, so I get it. Yeah.
You've used it once or twice.
I
Yeah, I
usually
have.
say 2 or 3 times, and I don't know the difference.
It just doesn't make sense to me. Okay.
Little
Here's
fake
some
there.
couple words I don't like. Remember this word when we were younger? Poser?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, what a terrible word that is.
it isn't a bad word. It means that you're posing as something you're not.
I
Yeah,
didn't say I
You're
didn't know
not
what the definition
like
is.
someone that's pretending to be a rapper. That's not. He's just a poser. My daughter called herself a poser because she had on a like a Beatles shirt. I go, "What's your favorite song?" She goes, "Dad, I'm a poser."
Wow, wow.
Yeah,
The
self-proclaimed poser.
I'm not a
self-diagnosis
fan.
there.
I just don't like the word.
Okay.
I also don't like what all the kids are saying when they say bet. Ugh,
What?
bet.
Well, my kids aren't saying it.
I have fallen into that trap
Oh no.
because I have the young people that work for me, and they all do that. Like, oh yeah, bet, and I'm like, what are we talking about here?
That's new
Like,
to me.
okay,
It's just as
so
bad as round 1 of dislikes with word.
I like word.
It's a useless word.
Mm-mm.
All right. How about birds? I just don't like birds.
I'm a big
What?
bird fan.
like any birds?
They're loud. They're annoying. I'll get up to pee at 3:49 a.m. and they're already waking up making noise.
It's a very specific
Don't
time.
think they know that.
Mm.
What are they doing? I have several recorded notes in my phone labeled asshole birds because they're just out there disturbing me.
Are they
Well,
all at 3:49 a.m.?
What
Brian,
benefit are they offering?
Brian, this is bullshit. He hates animals.
I
Yeah,
do-
you hate all animals.
I
Let's
do.
just call it what it is.
Just put it in the list. What
No.
animal do you like? Do you like lions?
No, you're missing the
You like
common
dogs. You don't like
denominator.
cats. So what else is there?
You're missing the common denominator, which is noisy animals. I dislike.
All animals are noisy.
No,
Cats aren't noisy.
cats are not noisy. I'm not
Ish.
You get,
sit. I'm
you
not
get
trying to
one.
put cats up on a pedestal, but they're not very noisy. Okay. You know what I don't like? Why is there no like undo button on an elevator? Don't you think we would all benefit from that?
No,
I don't want the elevator thinking any more than it has
I
to.
agree with that. You know what it's like to be on an elevator with some kid as he walks off and he just hits it with his hand and all of a sudden 3 floors pop up. I'd rather deal with that than undo, undo,
I
undo,
don't even want to
undo.
be on the elevator.
Yeah, it's not my
What could go
favorite
wrong on
place.
there?
It's not my favorite place to be. All right. How about this? We're all starting to see this all over everything. Food, non-food, made from plant-based material. Oh my God, plant-based? Is that supposed to make it more appetizing? Because it doesn't. Not for
Hey,
me.
you're missing the point. It's supposed to mean it doesn't have meat in it.
I,
Yeah.
I it is used as a braggy thing to show off that it is more natural or more healthy or meat-free or whatever.
No one's saying anything about healthy. They're just saying vegan.
They are using it as an attempt to interest me, and it has the opposite effect. It disgusts me.
How dare them?
Interest
How
you?
dare them try to entice you with their
How
product?
dare
The
they try to make
bastards!
you want to
It,
eat
it
grass? Ah,
disgusts me. Oh, plant-based. Oh, wonderful. Plant-based.
you should ask him what plant specifically.
That's, you know what? Because you know what I think? You know what I wake up and think when I'm hungry? I'd like to eat a plant now.
Definitely not a bird.
I'll eat a chicken. Okay. You know what else I don't like? You're at a concert. There's a hit song being performed by one of your favorite musicians, and the singer is singing the main lines of the song that everybody knows, but he doesn't sing them, and he lets the crowd sing them. Dislike.
I thought you were
Sing
about
the,
to say you hate concerts.
sing the song, buddy. Sing the. I did not pay to hear Brad and some other guy sing the song. I want to hear you sing the song.
Come on, dude. Come on. I mean, I don't even think Billy Joel sings Piano Man anymore.
Oh, I would hate that so much.
I was there twice, and I don't think we basically sang the whole verse.
I feel like you're the guy in the crowd that when people start getting into things, you're like, knock it off. This is for me.
No. No. Okay. You guys like popcorn?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like popcorn. You know, you've got a fully popped piece of popcorn. Great. And then every now and then you'll get some unpopped kernels. Okay, I'll stay away from those. But what about that half popped piece of popcorn? Oof, that is the worst.
It's,
Because
it's a crapshoot, dude.
you
It's a
Yeah.
think
crapshoot. It's popped corn. Okay, some of it's gonna
you,
happen.
you think you're getting a nice, and then suddenly it's like you're biting down on a rock.
Been there. I had a new filling.
Dis
Yeah.
dislike
Can
dislike.
I can I sidebar this for a second?
Sure.
Do you guys like having your popcorn burnt or just cooked just right?
Definitely not.
I'd rather it undercooked than burnt.
Yeah, I don't want
Okay.
burnt.
I
I'd rather
I
have less popcorn.
I'd
Okay, 'cause
rather have less popcorn.
my brother is very big on it will be burned, and that's how he enjoys it.
And his house stinks.
It does. Yes.
Terrible.
It stinks when you burn it.
This is not. Your brother's got issues.
Yeah,
does.
he probably he's wrong, and he probably doesn't know how to operate double doors. My personal record for how many unpopped kernels were left in the bag is 4. Only 4.
Do you physically count them? You like get it all done and go 4, write it
I did
down.
that time. I did that. Brad
Come on,
is.
dude.
Brad-
Come on. We're not buying this bullshit, are we?
All right, we have time for a few more. Here's a couple of wrestling ones. Dislike Bill Alfonso's whistle.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
That was the
Shut up,
point.
dude. Shut up. No, I was distracting, took away from the match.
Because of that, I didn't listen to his podcast.
Yeah. How about when a wrestler is in the ring and he's trying to escape and he can't. He can't get through the wall of ropes. What is that about? I think we could
Come
do
on,
that.
man. There's plenty of you could do this for an hour.
We could do that for an hour.
We could do this, yeah.
Yeah. How about when you get an email, it's a marketing email that you didn't ask for, or you don't want anymore, so you unsubscribe, and the website says, "Did you unsubscribe by mistake?" Has that ever happened in the history of humanity?
Good
No
for
one has
them.
no one has ever unsubscribed by mistake. They probably didn't even subscribe intentionally in the first time.
That's actually a good point too, yeah.
Offense.
I give it to them though for trying as a salesman.
Yeah, you got to get it back, yeah.
Nonsense. All right, couple more. I really wish I liked wine more. I really don't like wine.
I love wine.
Oh, wine's disgusting.
Oh, disgusting.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's very
So many
acidic.
different kinds of wine. I don't know how you can find them all disgusting.
I don't think
I
that-
haven't found a good one.
I think for me it's that they're too acidic. It's too acidic.
Big acidic guy right here. I like acidity.
Yeah, I mean acidic hurts me.
Yeah, it hurts me too, but I enjoy it.
Yeah. How about a term that we all hear way too much, viral? It's gone viral. Well, who
Yeah.
determines that?
Well, it'd be great if this show would go viral right now.
There it is.
Who determines if something's gone
It's
viral?
100,000 shares or likes.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah.
According to who?
According
didn't vote on that.
Look it up
I'm not looking. There's nowhere to look it up. It's in
because the
completely
Kickout Crew went
fabricated.
viral one time and it was negative,
Oh, yeah,
Fabricated.
that was. Oh, God, yeah.
Fabricated.
and it was 200,000 likes or shares or comments. It was all bad though, all bad.
Yep. Remember that one.
All right, one more. Do not like the word toiletries. I don't know if I want to be thinking about the toilet when I'm really thinking about like my toothbrush and toothpaste and floss.
Yeah, but when you do think of toiletries, you do think of travel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You're packing your stuff.
Your toiletries. I don't know if I've said it, but I haven't disagreed with it. But I understand the word toilet's a bad word.
Yeah, why would I want to think about a toilet? That's not what's happening here.
None of it has to be in the bathroom.
Yeah.
None of it what?
I don't know. None of it. Like, why does it have to be associated with like being on the toilet? I get it.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
There's a lot of things that go on in that bathroom have nothing to do with the toilet.
It's true.
There's
Dislike.
showers in there. There's brushing your teeth in there. Some people are combing their hair. Other people.
Dislike. Well, that's the end of Madam's dislikes for this week. Listeners, drop your own dislikes in the comments on YouTube.
Okay. So now we're gonna get to deviled eggs, which is things that scare us. Well, I think Matt's talked enough, Brian. So what do you got?
I'm going to go back to something that scared me in my youth. And that was airplanes. Back in my youth, we had what was deemed a lot of airplane accidents, planes crashing, planes going down. We look back at all the plane disappearances, air quotes. And as a kid, I was convinced that if I got on an airplane, I would just tragically vanish and I would go away and I would never be seen again, or I would possibly die because it would go down. Because I was just convinced that that's every plane story I heard. That's all I heard about. I didn't hear about the good plane stories. I just always heard about bad plane stories. And now as an adult, I realize they just lose your luggage or they cancel your flight, right, Brad?
Yeah, twice.
So I've realized that they don't go down, but it just evolves into something much worse. So yeah, something that scared me, flying.
You know what's funny though, Brian, and this is a statistic that's been out there forever, and this is nothing new to anybody. They actually say you have a better chance of getting into a car accident or dying on the way to the airport.
Yeah, I've
The
heard
actual
that.
airport for the plane. I believe
I've
it
heard
because
that.
there's not that many planes that go down. Not many.
That's that I hate that statistic
Good.
because
You can put it on your next list.
it's
There it is.
complete. It's complete apples and oranges.
Yeah.
Of
What I'm
course,
saying
you're
is
more
safety.
likely.
You're worried about something that is probably not going to happen, and you're never worried about driving to the airport, is what I'm getting at. No one's scared in their car, but
Yeah.
there's tons of accidents and people dying every day. That is not the case with planes.
Yeah, but
No.
you can survive a car accident. You're probably not going to survive a plane accident.
What I'm saying is people die in a car accident every day. People don't die in planes every day.
Yeah. Yeah, but cars are obviously much more of a necessity in our lives than flying is.
Yeah. I will give you a
They're
plane
not
survivor.
comparable. They are
I
They
not
are
comparable.
comparable because I'm
They're
just
not.
saying there's a lot less chance of you dying on that airplane.
They're not comparable.
Ah, so you're full of crap.
They're not comparable.
They're very comparable. The point is you shouldn't be scared because it's not going to happen. You have a good chance of dying in a car.
I fully support him being scared. You can be scared. It's a
I'm-
scary
he's not
experience.
scared. He's not doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I've just convinced myself that I'll die if I go on it, so that's why I don't do it.
He's La Bamba.
it is a
Yes.
bump.
You kidding me? I watched that movie, scared me. Watch Buddy Holly, same thing. Boom, just in
But
your
yeah.
brain of
Think
dying.
about this, Bryant. All those football players, all those basketball players, all those baseball players, constantly traveling every single day. They're
Yeah.
all alive, all of them.
I know.
Have you heard of an athlete dying on an airplane besides Kobe Bryant?
We are Marshall.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying it's so rare.
It is.
Yeah, it is. But you can survive a car accident.
But I get fear. I'm afraid of being put into a trunk.
Don't they all have the escape hatch?
I don't care. I'm not being
They're
put
not-
in there. They tried to pull this with me the other day at work. And I'm like, I'm not getting in there. I'm not getting in there. But that's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to get sappy.
Go for it, Brad.
So as you guys know, my kids are now older. My son has gone back. So he's home. He was home for 10 days and left already for the Marines. He's in combat training. And he called me from the airport when he landed in North Carolina, and he was upset. And he didn't he wasn't crying or anything like that, but he was upset because this even though he was very scared to probably go to basic training, there was an end to it. He was going to come home after 13 weeks and be home for a little bit, 10 days, whatever it was. He knew that he was going to come home. After that, it was going to be over for a little bit. But then it was as soon as he got home, he was gone again. And now he says to me on the phone, Dad, I don't know how many times I'm going to see you until 2030, because that's 5 years. And I thought about that and I'm thinking, and what scares me is now, and you guys can both relate to something like this, I'm sure. My parents are both in their late 70s. And last year we went away for Thanksgiving and all of us were there. And I, honest to God, what scares me the most is as I'm planning this vacation this year, that we're not all going to be there. And I don't know if my parents, my sister, my brother-in-law, my nephew, and the five of us will ever all be in the same room again. And that scares me.
Hmm. That is scary and very valid thoughts. And yeah, that is life. I have felt similarly about things. I I feel like my life has these major parts to it or chapters. And like there's just chapters that were huge and very important that are just closed. It's like, okay, and those are memories now, not, you know. I feel you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
get that. So
well, go ahead, Matt.
Well, now I'm going to talk about a movie. So,
Good. That's good. Because I knew
that's
that
great.
we all have to do it a little different, right?
Yeah.
so a movie scared me. To this day, I'm still scared of it and I won't watch it again because the moment in time just freaked me out. The movie is called Stir of Echoes.
Mm.
It is from 1999, but I watched it a few years after that, early 2000s. So I was watching it at home by myself in the dark, very late. Now, this is a horror-ish movie, starring Kevin Bacon. Sort of a murder mystery feel, but it was very creepy. The tagline here is "A man has visions of a missing neighborhood girl." And there is a scene with this woman, this actress, her name is Ileana Douglas. Not a big star, but if you saw her face, you'd probably recognize her. And there's this scene where she does this hypnosis somewhere in the middle of the movie. And I pretty sure for like 8 seconds, she hypnotized me and I freaked the fuck out. I was alone in the dark. The screen went dark and I like snapped out of it and I had to like pause the movie and like do a lap. I was like, whoa, I just got sucked into something here and I need to get back out. And it was just a terrifying, like, I have my hair is standing on end right now thinking about it. It just freaked me out. You know,
That
it's not
movie's
one of those slasher killer movies where somebody's popping out of the closet. It was just a moment in time that just freaked me out. The
disturbed you.
presentation of that was perfect.
Yeah. I get it. I have movies like that. And that movie is freaky.
It is freaky. You guys have seen it?
Mm.
Yeah, I've seen it. And it's been a
Yeah,
long time. And I
been a
probably
long time. Yeah.
re-see it, but I
I
don't know how I don't want to.
I feel like the general consensus is it was pretty well received, but applauded for its creepiness.
Yeah.
Not the greatest movie, not the best horror movie,
That was pretty popular
but
though.
I think
Oh
it was
yeah.
popular. And I mean, Kevin Bacon's always pretty decently popular, and it scared me.
Yeah. He's a very good actor that can do just about anything.
Yeah, when he wants to be really good, he is. There's so many roles he does where maybe that might not be required, you know?
Well, he's been funny, he's been the heartthrob, he's been disturbing, he's been a creep.
Yeah.
He's been everything.
Good
Yeah.
cop, bad cop. Yep.
Wasn't he Hollow Man?
He was Hollow Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another weird ass movie. Well, very good, Matt. So I decided to go a different direction this week. I was going to talk about a goose egg. I can talk about that another time. We're going to talk about a recently expired egg, and that happened as we record this today. His name is George Wendt. George Wendt, born October 17th, 1948, and he died today, May 20th, 2025. He is known from The George Wendt Show. I remember him specifically in a movie called Fletch, where he was Fat Sam. He was on Saturday Night Live as Bob Swirsky. The Bears, drinking the beers. But most notably, he is known as Norm Peterson from the show Cheers from 1982 to 1993. It is an iconic character, which is actually it could have been on any of our lists from a couple weeks ago because he's probably my favorite character on that show. I would say lovable character. Um, he sat in a chair he sat on a stool every day and drank beer, which isn't very endearing if you think about it, but he was endearing. He had a tab that he never paid. He had a wife that he never saw. He had one-liners that we loved to hear. They would yell, "Norm!" And he'd walk in and Woody or Coach would say, "How's life, Mr. Peterson?" "Well, it's a doggy dog world and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear." "How's life treating you, Norm?" "Like a baby treats a diaper." "How's life, Norm?" "Poor." "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Norm." He goes, "No, poor," as in pour my beer. Um, his best friend was Cliff Clavin, who he never really saw outside of the show. He also reprised this role many times, saying elsewhere, The Tortellis. He was on Mickey's 60th anniversary, Wings, Frasier, Family Guy. I remember him also on Seinfeld playing George Wendt himself, and George Costanza asking him all kind of questions. He says, "You got to get away from the bar." Always seemed to be very well liked. I really enjoyed him, and I enjoyed the show. And I just want to say, cheers to Norm. You'll be missed.
Cheers to Norm. He was
And this
also
is a cheers mug, by the way. I dug it up today.
very nice.
Yeah.
He was also in a very funny movie called Outside Providence, starring
Oh
Alec.
yeah, I forgot about Outside Providence. Yeah.
That's a good underrated comedy with Alec Baldwin and other folks. But yeah, cheers. Iconic show, iconic character. Gone too soon.
Yeah. Cheers to you, Norm. So
Yes.
that's going to do it for us this week. So Matt, why don't you go ahead and hit us with the socials?
All right. Well, thanks very much. Thanks very much for joining us. We are Three Eggs Are Better Than One, cooking up every Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. Find us on YouTube at Three Eggs Are Better Than One, the number three, the letter R, the number one. Follow us on X, Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok at 3eggs are better than number 3, the letter R. And our individual accounts at YesManBrad, at BRMza, and I am at Purple Shirt Guy without the I. Remember, we are looking for some 5-star reviews on Apple, and we are looking for your dislikes on YouTube. Next week, I think it's Brad's turn for a main topic.
So we're going to do something fun next week. Okay. So a couple weeks ago, we talked about our 5 favorite or most notable recently characters from TV shows. So this is what I'm going to have a homework assignment for my other eggs here. I want you to go back to that list, dig it up, and I want you to give me your least favorite character that was on that show. And we're going to have fun talking about the least favorite character from one of our favorite character shows. And that's simple, but it's fun and it's interactive. And for those of you at home, give us your ideas as well. Go ahead, take us home, Bryant.
Well, we thank you guys for joining us this week. It's been a fun show learning about what Matt hates, which we know is everything, but he sprinkles in some things that he does like occasionally. So, as always, Matt said, leave some reviews, give us your comments. We love hearing from you guys. So, as again, cheers to you, Norm. The egg timer's been set. We'll see you guys next week.